Hello and welcome back to the channel. This one's going to be a bit different because I want to talk to you about what we've got coming up in 2023, and also we want to finish off what we started last week with Adam's mum that went to Australia. So he's had a word with, he's spoken to her, so Adam can let you know what she thought of a 4-week cruise around Australia. So we'll see you in a second. All right, anyway, so first things first, I'm going to go through what we've got booked for this year so far. We're very lucky. Well, this is going to be a Marella year. We're going to be doing the Explorer, which we did last year, Discovery, which we did. We've not done the Discovery, we've done Discovery 2, and we're also doing the Explorer 2, and that is because we watched Susan Calman the other night. So Susan Calman has got a lot to answer for, because we were just going to go for a week in Fuerteventura on a land holiday, but after watching that, we swapped it today. So there you go. Thank you very much, Susan. But what we're doing, so if you remember last year, we went on, I think it was our first holiday, was it our first holiday in 2.5 years? Since COVID, yeah. Since COVID. Yeah. So it was our first cruise to the Canaries last year. However, you still had to wear a mask on board. So we're doing exactly the same cruise. It's just going to be a bit of a, I think a few of the ports have been changed around. Same ports, exactly the same cruise, but just not in that order anymore. But we wanted to go back. One, we're going with Cara and Alan, which will be, well, I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be amazing. I would have thought. I should imagine there's going to be a bit of drinking involved, but there you go. We'll see. If there is, I'll record it, so I could end up really embarrassing myself. So that's that. And secondly, we wanted to go back on it to see if the dynamic of the ship has changed from not having to wear face masks. So that's coming up. So that's our first holiday, and that is on the Explorer. That's the beginning of the year. Our second cruise, which is, believe it or not, I know, shock horror, it's my 50th, which I don't know how that's happened. 1 minute I was 20, next minute I was 50. Adam's doing a puzzle, so he's sitting there going, so I presume he's done the edges. I've done all the edges. So yeah, so the middle one is for my 50th, and I'll just quickly show you, well, I won't show you, I'll tell you where we are going, so just bear with me just a second and I will just bring it up. So hopefully there's going to be some kind of new experiences that we've got coming up that we've never done before. Like I say, this is a Marella year, so 3 cruises, all Marella, which I'm kind of like looking forward to, because then I think this time next year, I think we maybe would have done all the Marella Cruise ships, so we would have done the Marella fleet, so that's quite good. So what we're doing, so we go to Port, we fly to Port Canaveral on the first day. Second day is a day at sea. I'm looking at the second week, so bear with me. I'll start that again. Let's start with the beginning of the yeah, not the second half of the cruise. So we fly to Port Canaveral, we do that. The second day we go to Charleston in South Carolina. Then day 3 is a day at sea. Day 4 and 5 is in New York. And we have got something very, very special lined up for that. Start spreading the news. Because we are going to Broadway, and we are going to be watching Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on Broadway. Hello, dreams. Can't believe we're actually doing it. Adam is so excited about this. Adam's not on camera so much tonight because he's been very poorly with a bad back, but we'll go into that. So 2 days in New York. So yeah, I can't believe we're actually going to Broadway. Can you, Adam? No. So that's 4 and 5. Day 6 is at sea. Day 7 is Freeport in the Bahamas. Please, if anybody's been to these places, please let me know of excursions or day trips or anything that you think is worthwhile. And then Sunday's back to Port Canaveral. So that's your week 1 finish, rounded up. Week 2, so we leave Port Canaveral. Day 2 is a day at sea. Day 3 is Amber Cove in the Dominican Republic. Adam keeps looking at me. What have I done?
No, sorry, don't have them.
Oh. Day 3 at Amber Cove in Dominican Republic. Day 4 is Grand Turks and Caicos. Grand Turk in Turks and Caicos Islands. Day 5 is at sea. Day 6 is Key West, Florida. Day 7 is Miami, Florida. And day 8 is back to Port Canaveral for our flight home. So, yeah, please, if anybody knows of any good excursion, please let us know, because all this is completely new. The only excursion we've got booked at the minute as we stand is the Cursed Child, which will be epic, hopefully. We kind of like roughly know what we want to do in New York. We want to go the 9/11 Memorial. We want to go around there just to go and pay our respects, really, because it was something that's always, it's one of those moments in time, isn't it, that you can't quite believe it actually happened, but it did. And Adam wants to go to the Empire State Building, because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe there's 3 observatories. I think you've got the World Trade Center 1, which is all encased, isn't it? That's all glass, isn't it, Ad?
In the World Trade Center?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got the Empire State Building.
On a few different floors.
On a few different floors, I believe. And, oh, what was the third one?
Chrysler Building, is it?
Was it the Chrysler? Or something like that? But I think we're going to do the whole Empire State, because apparently there's a floor where King Kong is, you know, trying to get into the room, and it's a great photo opportunity and stuff like that. So that is the only thing we've got booked at the minute for that holiday. But that is going to be an amazing 50th birthday present from Adam. So, although I did pick the Cursed Child, didn't I, Ad?
You did.
No.
You did.
Oh, although Harry Potter's Adam's favourite, so he doesn't mind too much.
Yeah, I don't want to go at all.
And then just to finish it off, the third cruise is what we were saying about Susan Calman, was we fly to, I hope I pronounce all these right, because this is me. So we fly to Dubrovnik. So first day, we get on the ship in Dubrovnik. Second day is Kotor in Montenegro. Day 3 is a day at sea. Day 4 is Zadar, Croatia. Day 5, I always just say it's for Venice, but where is it, Ad? Trieste. But I don't know if we will go to Venice, because I think it's 2 hours there and 2 hours back. So I don't know now, because cruise ships have been, I'm not sure if they've all been barred from Venice, but they don't go to Venice anymore. It was something to do with, I don't think they wanted the cruise ships to go anymore, because I think it was too much when 2 or 3 cruise ships and, you know, 15,000 people just ascended on Venice. I think it was just too much. So I think, don't hold me to this, but I think we might just do Venice on like a long weekend. What do you reckon, Adam?
Yeah. More likely into it.
So I think that's what we'll do. So that's for that one. Day 6 is Ancona in Italy. Day 7 is Split in Croatia. And then day 8 is back to Dubrovnik. So that one is the Adriatic Delights. So super excited. So happy and so privileged to be able to be doing 3 this year. And in between, what we want to try and do, because Leo is now 10, so he's getting a little bit older as well. I think what we're going to try and do, because we have only got Leo now, we're going to try and do long weekends to take Leo away for a few weekends, like we did in New Year when we took him down to Penzance to celebrate the New Year. So watch this space. I think we have got some more weekends coming up. Okay, so secondly now we've told you about our plans for 23. Like I said, there's a few that we will add on to that, so fingers crossed. But secondly now, Adam's just been to his mother's, and he's just come back from that 4-week holiday in Australia. So if I ask Adam, like I said, Adam don't want to be in it because he's really been suffering. He's been to the doctors this week, and it's would you say it's like your back's gone into spasm or?
Yeah, I because I suffer quite badly with my back. It's having a major flare up. So there's times where I can't walk, and it's really quite scary because one evening I just collapsed on the floor, didn't I? Yeah,
you just collapsed. So what he's doing at the minute, he's not being antisocial, but he's just sitting there doing a puzzle to try and, because he's on quite strong painkillers and stuff, so he's sitting there doing a puzzle to try and detract from the pain. But he did collapse the other day in the hall because his legs just went from underneath him. So hopefully it's just a flare up, and within a couple of days he's on cocodamol and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully in a few days he'll be starting to feel a lot better. Hence why he's not come over, because he doesn't need to move, because you know you can put up with my ugly mush, and Adam can just talk from where he's sitting. So what did your mum think of the whole experience?
I think she enjoyed it. I think she found that there was quite a lot of sea days.
I think there was 10 sea days in the end.
Because some of the ports were missed.
Taking into account she'd never been on a cruise before, so this is the first time cruising. And I think some of the ports had been missed because of...
I think the weather, they just couldn't get in.
The weather was quite rough. I mean, I've got some photos and I think I've got 2 videos that I will put on at the end, so you can see some of the photos. But yeah, 10 whole days at sea for your first ever cruise. It's a long time.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to rush back on a cruise very quickly. I think she said never.
I don't think she loved it, put it that way. I don't think she loved it.
She enjoyed seeing what she saw.
Yeah.
Like, she loved Mystery Island and the Bay of Islands in New Zealand. So some of the scenery is amazing. I think it was a long flight to get there, obviously, to the side of the world. And then, obviously, having 10 sea days,
it was just a bit too much. The weather
wasn't the best. It was quite rough in places.
Yeah.
So she lived in her armband, you know, the travel sickness armband.
The anti-sick armband.
So she enjoyed it.
I think
she was glad she's done it.
Because they went on the Celebrity Equinox.
Eclipse.
Oh, sorry, not the Equinox, the Eclipse, Celebrity Eclipse. And I think it was not necessarily the best cruise ship for her to pick, because I think it's like, we're very strange people of Soul Brits. So we like familiarity.
Yeah, I've told Mum that she needs to go on the next one. Needs to be a British one, because
British cruise liners, they give you tea.
Having a tea and coffee in the room.
Tea, coffee in your room, and it's just a whole... We've done Royal Caribbean, and it's very different to being on P&O. P&O is outright British. It's just down and out, and it's a British cruise. Marella's a British cruise. When we went on Royal Caribbean, it is very American. I mean, we've got a carnival coming up, and I've heard good and bad. I've heard it's party central, and it's all very much in your face, and it's all non-stop. That's next year. So I'm a bit dubious about it, but sometimes you have to come out of your comfort zone. But I think for your first cruise, I think the Celebrity maybe was not the best cruise to choose.
As I say, she did it. She enjoyed it.
Yeah.
She's glad she's done it. But I think it was so far away.
Yeah.
The flight was obviously large. She had to change the time zone so many times.
I think it's just getting lost. It's just getting lost on where you are, what day it is, what time it is.
Yeah. She didn't use her balcony very much, she said. She was down by the pool a lot more. So
would she bother with a balcony again, or?
She didn't say.
A lot of people don't use the balconies. Me and Adam do use our balconies, because sometimes, and this isn't being antisocial, hopefully, but sometimes we like our space. So sometimes it's nice to just get a coffee, go back to the room, chill out on the balcony, or just lie on the bed with the door open and have a read or anything like that. It's just nice to have it. It's nice to have that 5-minute break from all the craziness that goes off on a cruise, because it is constantly, something is always going or something's always happening on a cruise, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so it's nice to have that little bit of calmness that you can go to. Anything else you want to add for?
No, so I think she enjoyed doing it.
I think it's a once in a lifetime trip.
I did say to Mum the next one, do maybe a British cruise line and maybe look at only having like 1 day at sea.
Yeah.
So when we've got some of our cruises, we've only got 1 day at sea.
Yeah.
And that might be better. So
I mean, the American one, we've got quite a few days at sea, which will be a first for us. But the one that's coming up and the one at the end of the year, they've only got 1 sea day. So that's not too bad, is it?
No.
No. But we would. I'll put it out there now that you're more than welcome to come on any of our cruises. You already know that. But I would like. I suppose I would like her to do a Mediterranean cruise, just to see the difference, because I think traipsing to the other side of the world and being away for a whole month is very different to going away for a week in the Mediterranean.
Yeah, definitely.
Isn't it? It's, and it does take it out of you at the end of the day. I mean, like I say, it's a holiday of a lifetime, and I bet she's so pleased she did it.
Oh yeah, I think, as I say, she definitely enjoyed it. She's glad she's done it, but I don't think she would go there again.
To Australia?
Yeah, but she's done it now, hasn't she?
Yeah, I think that's the thing, isn't it? When you go to Australia, you've done it, and you don't need to do it again. I mean, obviously people do it again, and why not if you can? But I think a lot of people that we have met have said, right, we've done it now. We just wanted to go and do it and see it. They've done it and they won't do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
I will let you know if and when we ever get round to doing it. As you know, we've put ours off now until we've not got Leo, because obviously Leo is knocking on a bit now. So we've said after this America one that we're not doing a 2-week cruise again. Why? We've got Leo, because we've got a couple of cruises booked for next year, and he's going to be knocking on 12. Adam's pulling the face at me. What have I done? But we will let you know if and when we actually do end up going to Australia. So I'll stop babbling. I'll put some videos and some pictures in now. You can have a look at those. They're all around Australia, and where are they?
Australia, New Zealand and the Pacific Islands.
Australia, New Zealand and the Pacific Islands. And so there's just a selection of pictures that you can see, and I'll see you afterwards. Anyway, I hope you like the photos. And I hope you've managed to get to the end of the video. I know I do talk a lot. I do babble on a lot.
You talk loads.
Adam is always telling me I talk loads. So, you know, I'm not going to change now. Especially now I'm nearly 50. I think that time for me to quieten down has gone now. But hopefully you like the video. I'm sorry it's just me. But hopefully next week Adam will be back. But
we'll notice I'm not there anyway.
Hope you like the video, and if you would like and subscribe, that would be absolutely fantastic. Quick question again to people on YouTube or maybe somebody that's got their own channel. Do you find that you keep getting people subscribe and then the number goes back down? Now, is that YouTube or is that actually people leaving? Because it seems to change every single day. So I'm just not sure how that works, because because I'm quite lazy, I've never unsubscribed to a channel. I don't know how many subscriptions I've probably got. But it seems to, you always seem to like lose one, then you get it back, or you gain 2, lose 1, get 1 back. And it just seems to be like every day that happens, doesn't it, Ad?
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress from the video. So I hope you like the video. I hope you're looking forward to seeing some new places with us, places we've never been. Obviously, the first cruise, we did it last year, but obviously we don't have to wear a face mask anymore. So you're not going to hear me behind the camera sounding like Darth Vader. And the next 2, we've never done it before. So I hope you're going to get as much enjoyment as we get for bringing you all with us. And we will see you anyway on our next video. Like I say, hopefully Adam will be back. And we'll see you next week or maybe the week after, depending on what we're doing. So you all take care. And I will see you soon. So bye from me. Adam
bye.
is saying bye.
Bye.
And we'll see you all soon. So bye for now.